So basically, with the current trend of the huge volumes of the data coming onto the data centers, not just the basic data centers. Now the industry has gone from the basic data center utility to the service industry, then towards the aggregators. There is a huge volume of the data coming onto the data centers. Now, with these the volumes and the confidential of the data security and the data uh, sovereignty, they are becoming a very complex attributes in maintaining the data center. Now, like the atomic energy, if we do not deal with these two parameters appropriately, this can lead to adverse impact to the society and also to the nations. So the data sovereignty is basically it's achieving the object of data being treated as a sovereign asset. So that is the predominant of the main concept of this data sovereignty is how the operator treats the data, collecting the data, maintaining it and processing it under the laws in the same on under the laws of the land. So whatever the physically where they are located, it has to be adhered to the laws of that land. India, predominantly previously we are following the European standards, GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulations. But the government of India is also looking towards the DPB, the Data Protection Bill. It's going to be legislated very shortly. It is in the process. There are a lot of components of what it's going to do. So India being in the nation state, the data which is generated by its citizens within India has to be protected by the Indian government and by the law. So there, it is expected that the valuation of the digital economy in India is somewhere around $1 trillion US by 2022, which means that a lot of numerous players will be coming into the land of India and playing the role, which is going to be good, but again under the legislations and the laws of the DVP. So some of the fundamental stuff that is going to be covered as part of this DPB or like so Supreme Court in 2017 has informed that the privacy is a fundamental right of citizen. So it has to be protected not just the outside, but in the digital format also. So what happens is whenever a citizen goes to the digital path, they leave a visible trail of the private data when they're browsing through data, when they're going from one side to the other side and all those stuff. Whether eventually, inevitably, even they disable it also, some of the data they're leaving in the trail. So some of the companies at the cost of giving them a free offers collects the personal data, and sometimes some of them are misutilizing the data for their commercial benefit. Now these rules and regulations of the government will control all these trail data and protecting the customer or citizen data. And also the law is going to exclusively ask the people to take the consent of the user, and the consent, it cannot be violated or it cannot be taken easily. The penalties are going to be very, very huge if there any violation takes place. And also the ownership of the personal data lies with explicitly by the by the user only. It cannot be taken. And also the another important part of this legislature is the nation interest. So any data that comes, the nation interest will be taken as the highest priority for the government of India. And also the legislation is also ask the operators or the digital providers to tag the customers along with their usage patterns to control the trolling of this one. So the other question is like how we are going to do on the current system and all those stuff. So on the data security perspective, we have to control the complete data of the citizens and the what they're doing, and additionally you have to protect your systems also from the DDoS attacks or malware, like what Atul has rightly mentioned. There's a lot of like user data and also the systems, how we are going to protect. If the systems collapse, there's going to be a problem. So then you have to build a recovery mechanism, disaster recovery centers you have to build. So this is the asset of a nation where it has to be protected absolutely perfect. And also along with the national sovereignty, the digital sovereignty has to be maintained.
Yeah. So how are you doing it today at AP Fiber? Can you briefly talk about what are the one or two, three things that you've done on the data security and sovereignty side?
So what we have done is there are a couple of things. So being the government organization, okay. So we do a commercial valuation of the company. Definitely, we deliver the services. We do a commercial activity. In addition to that one, the main focus of AP FiberNet, which is owned 100% owned a subsidiary of government of Andhra Pradesh. So we deliver the citizen services along with the rest of the triple bay services. So when we do the triple bay services, it's very important that we exactly maintain those services, and those has to be delivered to the right persons and people on the segment of the population. And also the other thing what we want to maintain is there are the main focus of us is how we are going to do a rural area where education levels are a little bit less. So there are different and also how you're going to secure their data, right? So you're going to the farmers, you're going to the schools, you're going to go for a small scale industry people, right? So we utilize them. We'll see that their data is protected completely. And also coming to the security of the systems and the servers, what we have the highest level of the DDoS protection mechanisms. All those things are well built in, and it is going to be maintained in continuation. And also we are trying to upgrade to the next level. So I'm going to talk about a little bit in the next question, all those stuff.
So are you providing some value-added services to the businesses and your customers in your area? Right?
Yes. So there are a couple of value-added services what we generate. One is the commercial perspective. So the commercial in the sense.
So on the security side, do you also provide those solutions through your data centers to people?
No, as a commercial solution, but only for the customers will provide. We don't sell as a security as a commercial.